Hi everyone, in this video I want to go over how to make dim effects in Chamsys. There's a couple different ways to do it, but often it's requested by new people to figure out how to do subtractive dimmer effects, and I'll show you why that's important. So here I have a basic show set up with a bunch of LED pars on upright pipe or upright truss or something like that, just so I can prove the concept here. So if we select all the LED pars, I'll just add full, and then I'll record that to here. So if I clear the programmer, I can show you that I have all of them saved just as a submaster to the first Q stack here. Perfect. So now that we have that, I can select all my LEDs, hit effects, add effects, intensity, dim chase. So you can see here we have a nice looking dim chase. This is the part that gets confusing, is if you record that to the next Q stack, clear the programmer, you would expect that when I push this value up, that the dim chase that we just recorded would be coming into play here in the visualizer. But then as you kind of play around with things, you realize that once you bring down your master, your submaster for all the pars and the first Q stack here, then the dim chase comes in. That's not super intuitive to most people, so I'll show you why that's happening. So if we take another run at this, so this second Q stack is out now, we're just back on the main submaster. So we select our LEDs, we hit effects, add effects, intensity, dim chase. So here we have what we had again. So now what we want to do is we want to make it, instead of, for the mode here, we just want to change it from plus to minus. Now in the preview, nothing will happen, so you're just kind of going on faith, but let's record that to the third Q stack here. Another thing that you're going to have to do to make this work is you're going to have to go setup, playback, and then intensity, HTP, FX can subtract. If this isn't on, then what we just did won't work. But now, just go back to the main screen just for kicks. We push up the Q stack 3 and we see our effect that we just recorded now works the way that we originally anticipated that it would. So if we set our master, our submaster down to 50%, like that, and then we put this intensity chase, so no matter what, nothing will exceed 50%, which that works the way a submaster should work, and this works the way the effect should work, from the way most people expect it to work. So there's that. Now to show you, as you can see, if you build 2 or 3 of these effects, it can take up a lot of space on your mixer, and not everybody has external wings and everything. So I'll show you kind of what I do to layer all my similar effects into a single Q stack and make it so it's actually usable throughout an event. So this is a cool random looking effect, but I might save that somewhere, but I want something that's a little more creative looking. So I'll select my LED group, go effects, add effects, intensity, dim chase. So here's where we were before. So now if you go like 2s, you can see the effects kind of doing something, but the more you play with it, not really, that one's kind of cool, but I'm not really getting what I want. So if I go into reorder effects and go into center, and then into center, just the way that the fixtures are laid out, I went top to bottom, left to right when I originally did the patch here. You can tell I'm not really getting what I want. So in order to get the look that I was going for, I had to make a new group for each upright truss tower. So what I'll do is I'll select these groups in order of left to right, go effects, add effects, intensity, dim chase. It asks if I want to kind of respect the groups that I've chosen. Yes, I do. So here we go. Now if we go in 2s, bring this fade down. This is more what I'm going for. I'm going for like a snap chase, kind of like a rock look for behind a DJ or something like that, or behind a rock band to kind of silhouette everybody. So there's that, and then as a starting point I usually set the FX speed at close to 100 beats per minute. If I do everything like that in my show, I know where it's at, and then I can adjust it using the global time later. So I can record that. Actually, I don't want to record that yet because it's still plus, so I want to make that minus. So again, I can't see it now, but if I record that to playback 4, clear the programmer, and test it out. Boom, there it is. That's cool. It's looking good. So I'll do one more. This time I will do in rows. Effects, add effects, intensity, dim chase. Yes, I want it to respect the rows. So now you can see that it is, if I go 2s, 3s, 4s, make something, this is more what I was trying to create from the start. So now we see that it's crawling down the upright truss there. So speed it up to 100 beats per minute. I'll record that in that 4th cue stack as well. Oh. So I think we all just know what I did. Select that. Need to include in the programmer the 2nd cue. Go to the programmer and change it to be minus. Sometimes this doesn't work right, so we'll see if it does it and update that. Clear the programmer. So we'll see. Seems to be working. So as you can see right now, it's going between the two. And if you're busking a show, you don't really want that. So right now it's in chase timing, so I just want to change it to be cue timing here. So I'll change that. Yes. So now, if I activate it, it'll just hold on the first cue until I want it to go to the next cue, which is perfect. So now we have like a verse, and we have a chorus for a song. We can add that to whatever movement or color we have going on. So that's pretty much what I wanted to show you. So you would just keep building maybe 6 different patterns, right? So you can click through. Some people use a rule of 3. So if you only have 3 cues, then you can always go forward or back to get what you want. So say you're on cue 2 and you want to go to the look of cue 1, you can always hit pause to go reverse and it'll kick around. So yeah, I wouldn't put too many in this list, but that's one way to do it. So if you do a bunch of those in playback 4 and then a bunch of color effects in playback 5 and a bunch of movement in playback 6, say you do 3 of each of those, right there is 27 unique looks that you can have with pretty minimal effort, just mixing and matching. So that's pretty cool. If you have any questions about what I did here or why I did it, feel free to add a comment below, but that is what I was trying to show you. So that's how you do subtractive dim effects. And again, the main reason is if you want to use this first playback as a submaster and you want your effect to respect the submaster, this is why you would do that. Cool. Thanks so much.